Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you had a awesome weekend. It was busy, but what a great weekend. Um, Fixing to head out here to go see my horse and hopefully run into Sabbath along the way. And anyway, I thought I'd go ahead and do my thought real quick because it's so dark outside still. And I hope you have a fabulous week. My thought today is on nurturing our inner child. We live in a grown up world, and we live in a world where we are just bombarded with responsibility and, a lot of things that we have to take care of daily in our adult lives. And we seem to forget, I think, about that inner child that is in each and every one of us. Um, when I say that, of course, I'm talking about that innocence, that baby Alicia, or, that little boy, that little girl that is in all of us that, um, that we forget about. We forget about it because of jobs, uh, bills, responsibilities, life, having to be mature, having to make, decisions. Some of them hardcore, some of them professionally or whatever. And, but that inner child is where it all began. That is where, the innocent part of us started. And I believe that is the place that we are all vulnerable. We have that little girl, that little boy inside. And, that's the place where we are our truest, most perfect, innocent selves. And before all the chaos and adult decisions and life and, um, you know, responsibilities and accountabilities and all of these things. And how often do we talk to ourselves, our childlike selves, and say, hey, you know, you've come a long way. Or, hey, I love you. To tell ourselves we love ourselves. That little girl inside, that little boy inside. To say that, you know what, you're safe, you're sound. That you are worthy of good things and that, you are okay. I know this is something that I don't work on near enough, and it just came across my mind today. And that little girl inside is sometimes that person, that childlike person that is still within us all, that we seem to forget and we want to squelch because we want to be adults and have pride and ego and responsibility, and the list goes on. That we need to tell that child that we love that child. That child is who we are. We may have lost some of that innocence. We may have to be strong and not, can't really think back to the times when we were that little girl, that little boy. But we need to nurture that inner child, because that child is perfect in every way, and regardless of all the things, the scars, the hurts, the failures, the things that have happened in our life, as we've gotten older and matured, hopefully. Bottom line, that we've gotten older, that that child still resides within, and that we need to do an inventory to say, hey, I love you still. You have come a long way. Maybe you still have a long way to go, but I love you. Um, you are made in God's image, and you are perfect despite how things have come in your life, despite how things have changed you, or sometimes they've jaded us, unfortunately, or made us become hard, or whatever the case may be. So I think it's important we go back to that. And that means to say to that child that you love that child. And that child is, regardless of what's come along our lives, or things that have changed us, or, muted us, or numbed us, or accelerated us, whatever, in whichever direction, that child still resides within, and that you love that child. And that is the most innocent, perfect child, um, regardless of how our lives have gone in so many different directions. Pardon me. So maybe today, just take a moment just to remind yourself that that little boy, that little girl is inside of you. and still needs to be loved and still needs to be nurtured and told that you are okay with you, faults and all, scars and all, changes in perceptions and attitudes and everything else. Because that little child, that little person will always be a part of you. So maybe we need to go back to that and just remember when we're having a bad day, or somebody has set us off, or we get our minds skewed and honed in on one thing that holds us up and doesn't allow us to grow because we pay too much attention to something. And just go back to that innocent child, that child who really is a part of us, that sometimes we get so caught up in life that we forget. And to tell that little child, the innocent child that has feelings and hurts and pains and is innocent, that you know what, you love that person, which is you. So anyway, that's my thought today. Just feeling in a soft place and grateful for all the things that, where I'm at in my life, despite some things, health-wise and whatnot. And just choosing to keep a good attitude, but also knowing that I need to be grateful for that little girl that's still within me, just like you do in you, little boy, little girl. Because that's definitely a part of who you are, even if life gets in the way. So anyway, be kind, be good to you. Know that you are special and perfect in every way, despite you're perfectly imperfect, and just as it should be. So live, love, be. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Keep looking up. Be kind to you and thoughtful to others. Okay, y'all have a fabulous day. Thanks for listening as always. Talk at you later.